И всем привет, дорогие друзья. Что у меня на голове? Непонятно. Оп. Супер-дупер. А можно вот так даже сделать. Вот так вот будет вообще супер. И всем привет еще раз. Голос у меня сел, как слышно. Просто взял и сел. Так что я сегодня не буду читать перевод. Поиграем сегодня без перевода. А так, давайте запускаться. Это наш второй стрим по Хогвартс. Наследие. И давайте. Так, где здесь? О, вот так вот. Вчера мы только успели пройти. Что мы вчера успели пройти? Подготовку. Потом мы выбрали наш факультет. Нас поселили в комнату. Познакомились с пару учениками этого заведения Хогвартса. И давайте дальше изучать долгожданную игру. Вчера мы остановились вот в этом прекрасном месте. Это что у нас? Это был зал, да? Зал. Пристройка библиотеки, да. Так что давайте.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Кажется, вы обсуждали с профессором Уизли осмотр руин. Надеюсь, мне не удалось
She caught me off
проболтаться.
guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Давайте. Будем изучать дальше. Этот значок символизирует основание заданий. Основные задания. Выполняя основные задания, вы пройдете по основной истории, откроете. Супер. Так, это что? Занятия по защите от темного искусств. От темных искусств. Занятия по заклинаниям. Давайте. Это можно выбрать?
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Окей. Попробуем, профессор.
Lumos.
В какой-то части, когда подходишь к стенкам, зажигаешь огонь, и он... Они типа противятся, такие: а, не включай свет, ты противный. Ой, какой красавчик. Опа.
Can't catch thieves! Woohoo!
Крутяк. Так, я уже недавно бежал. Что-то я заблудился. Хотел посмотреть, что там такое наверху, если честно.
Fear not, my young comrades in arms, for I am of stout heart and will not perish easily in battle.
Приколист, ха-ха. Спрыгнуть нельзя, да?
Revelio.
Наверх я хрен путь найду, конечно же. Здравствуйте. Огонь мы еще не научились зажигать. Так что бежим дальше. Редет, привет. Хорошего тебе просмотра. Да прикалываетесь, куда мне бежать? Ясно. Что-то фризит сегодня, не? Или у меня глючит? Или меня глючит, как всегда? Поймать их нельзя. Я же плохой мальчик, правда?
Revelio. Lumos.
Какая-то секретка. Если надо по картинам находить, все будет. Это места искать где-то. Так, а где, хрен знает. Мы еще найдем, конечно же. Блин, такое прикольное, все живое, честно, офигенно. Я вот опять ловлю кайф. Оставь его в покое. Ой, извините. Простите.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the
I'm
lesson.
going to have my own. Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Let us keep our heads about this.
Revelio.
I'm true sorry. I didn't mean. Come now, Annabelle.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Фризит игра, фризит. А почему она фризит? Интересно.
Hello,
Можно мне
I am
перезапуститься?
Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin?
Hey.
Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
Давайте я скажу, что...
I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Крутяк.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Поехали. Акцио.
Accio.
О, теперь мы
That
можем
is not
ловить...
bad.
Будем ловить
You
эти
are a
листочки
swift
летающие,
learner.
по факту.
I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Пойдемте на экскурсию.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Да, конечно, я с тобой согласен.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Давайте начнемте с новичков.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you.
Окей,
The
окей.
trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about excellent. Stay focused.
А, мне надо остановить его. Я же не понимаю.
That's it. Don't lose your composure.
Можно сначала, пожалуйста?
Splendid.
Все, понял. Сколько у меня
Very
очков?
good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some
Ура,
friendly
наши первые очки.
competition. Miss Onai, would
Нашу
you
фракцию.
care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Да, сэр. Давайте, ты первая, да?
What's this?
Нифига ты даешь. 30. Крутяк, не? Где моя камера? Крутяк, не? Ли. Как мне это сделать? Пустец, пустец, тормози, 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 пожалуйста. Ну, давай, давай. Ну.
Not to worry.
Вот говори, действительно. А я могу столкнуть своим шаром ее шар, интересно. Ну-ка, если я так стану. Он должен докатиться, да?
Very good.
Here we go.
Нифига. 2,50 и 30.
There we go.
Она где-то отпускать, наверное,
Brilliant.
на желтой метке. Печалька.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
И что он добавил, интересно?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Это уж
Enough
точно.
chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Фига себе ты даешь. Значит, мне тоже так, пожалуйста. Ну а тоже так присесть. Как присесть там было? Мы не можем
Do
присесть
not think I will
сейчас.
start going easy on you now.
Всего.
Happens to the best of us.
Со всеми случается.
That is how it's done.
Ну тормози. Молодец.
Excellent control there.
Here we go.
Прямо в мой шар, смотрите. Не, в мой.
There we go.
Да!
Well done.
А у нее 110.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Спасибо. Thank you very much. Прикольненько, прикольненько. Мне понравилось.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Сбавь свои вещи.
Well done back there.
Ты
You took the
молодец.
loss
Так
in
спокойно приняла
stride.
поражение.
Didn't want to go
Не
too easy on
хотелось играть
you.
с тобой
Took me weeks
давки.
to become
Мне
proficient with
потребовалось
Accio.
пара-тройка недель,
Took
чтобы
weeks
научиться.
for me to get
После перезаезда
everything right when
всегда
I
мне
transferred
потребовалось
here.
несколько недель, чтобы
It gets
привыкнуть.
easier, I promise.
Скоро тебе станет легче. Я обещаю. Ты с английского переводил, я не читал. Хорошо, что ты понимаешь. Я справлюсь. Да, хорошо,
That's good to
будем
hear.
добренькой.
It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Прикольно. Прежде чем я успела опомниться, мы покинули Ouagadougou и перебрались через полмира в нашу школу и новую страну.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
Потом узнаем, что такое Уагада и
I think Professor Ronan wants
что
to
это такое
talk to
вообще.
you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Профессор, хочешь поговорить со
You
мной?
can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Что такое?
You'd be using it on clothes.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Прикольно.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Конечно.
Well, an outdoor competition
оправдал наши
wasn't exactly the lesson I was
ожидания.
expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One
Miss
often gains the most
Onai
from the
очень
battles
одаренная
one
ведьма.
has lost.
Of course,
Расстраивайтесь.
Professor.
Конечно,
It was a
профессор, это
challenging
было
match.
непростое
Miss Onai
соревнование.
is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Спасибо, профессор. Получено достижение. Первоклассный студент. Это я все проиграл. Какой я первоклассный студент? Хотя, может, первоклассный. Музыка офигенно. Что могу делать теперь? Ага. Поймал?
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Да.
Hello. You
Привет.
wanted to
Хотела
speak to me?
поговорить?
Samantha Dale.
Samantha Dale.
I've been eager to meet you.
Очень рада
You're the
познакомиться.
student everyone's been whispering
Хогвартсе
about.
только и говорят о тебе.
Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold
Надеюсь,
your own in
первый день
charms.
прошел хорошо. Ты очень добра ко мне. Давайте ты
I've
очень
been
добра. Иди
fortunate.
покажу добрый твой.
Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Ты жесткая. Здесь показывает сундук, он наверху ездит, да?
The sorting happened, and then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
Ага, поймай ее, мышка.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbye. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Thieves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Круто.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was
Что
Hephaestus
это
Gore.
такое?
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Господи, а мяу можно потрогать, смотрите, прекрасно как. Мяу. Мяу. Так, давайте требус решим или не сейчас, попозже.
Lumos.
Лошадка 12, 4, 3, 5, 2. Раз, два. Лошадка. Ну, чисто предполагаю. Ага. Смотрите, 12 разделить на 4, к примеру, 3. Лошадка не третья. Ладно, значит, не тот подход. Надо подумать по-другому. Как можно подумать? Че? Ладно, потом. Или подумаем. Или не подумаем. Сюда еще вернемся. Теперь вам доступны побочные задания. Флажком. И при исследовании мира вокруг они дают дополнительный опыт XP, но вы не будете проводить вокруг. Окей. Если я не хочу, да ладно. Но они все серые. Давайте пойдем по сюжету сразу же. Потом уже будем решать, на что-то как. Правиться.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Я рад вас видеть.
My aunt made some apple.
Так, это мы где-то видели, по-моему. Или я где-то это видел, по-моему.
Revelio.
Прикольно придумали, что на 1, 2, 3, 4 вставляешь заклинания, и можно разные заклинания вставлять. Мяу. Почему фризит игра, не понимаю. Офигенно.
I should have known better than to buy something for my child.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Окей, потом.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Давайте. Начнем с чего-нибудь маленького.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
Нажмите левую мышку, чтобы использовать основное заклинание. Нажал.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Okay.
Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Понял.
Good. Now, well done.
Я так понимаю, здесь можно будет сеты делать свои.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This can't be a fair duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Браво.
You're good.
How perceptive.
I do enjoy life.
Rather good at this, aren't you? Levioso.
Hey,
how's the view?
Students with a step.
Еще не дорос до меня.
Try to anticipate your opponent's next move. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
Not bad for a beginner.
Спасибо.
You give as good as you get.
А, какая лыба у нее.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough.
Alright, just second, alright. Так. Снаряжение карты здания, настройки. Давайте сохраним игру. Чего? Я хочу перегрузить игру быстренько, ребят. Что-то она меня фризит. Вчера не фризила, а сегодня фризит. А как это работает, я хз. Пам-пам-пам-пам. А эти вышли, как его? Джеффордж еще не вышел на него. Наверное, только 10-го выйдет, послезавтра. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Что? Приложение уже запущено? Это как? Пам-пам-пам-пам. Может, мне даст Steam перегрузить? Так. Ой, боже, что случилось? Пам-пам-пам-пам-пам. Хотя музычку надо включить. Steam начал грузиться. Интересно, сейчас игра будет тоже делать синхронизацию с моим суперкомпьютером. Подготовка шейдеров. Интересно, почему так все время при каждом запуске она подготавливает шейдеров? Это потому что нету GeForce еще. Типа систему сканировать нашу. Походу надолго. Ну нет, быстренько как-то. Даже само вступление игры это офигенно сделали. Я думаю, все фанаты Гарри Поттера, кто олдскульные, все вообще такой кайф получит от этой игры, который я сейчас получаю. Ну, вроде не фризит больше. А хз сейчас что было? Надо будет потом почитать форму.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way.
Не подкрадывай ко мне, Себастьян.
Student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first
Я же забыл, я же девочка. Ой. Может, это не первая твоя дуэль? Далеко не первая.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Fair enough.
Понял, да?
You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Это звучит подозрительно. Ну, давайте интересующее.
Excellent.
Закрытая, да.
Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Окей.
Till next time.
Увидимся.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Знакомая штука, что нарисована на доске.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Да ты что? Ладно.
It's not on your nose. Thought you'd want to know.
Разговаривает. Мне очень интересно. О, опять фриз поймал. Как здесь зелено. Задание началось.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
По дороге сюда что-то произошло, что вы не хотите говорить. Что же, соврать или не соврать? Давайте так скажем.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Этого я попросила ваших преподавателей давать вам дополнительные задания, чтобы ускорить процесс обучения.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Прикольно.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Получается, здесь можно будет еще самому делать их, крафтить.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley.
Awesome.
We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
Прикольно. Будем
I'm
знать.
eager to get to
Забежим
Hogsmeade.
туда.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Себастьяна.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
В 3 метрах, нифига.
Revelio.
Поговорите с профессором Ронином, чтобы получить свою первую задачу. Задача — это особый тип заданий, которые дают вам профессора Хогвартса. И после их выполнения они учат вас использовать новые заклинания. Наградой за выполнение вашей первой задачи является восстановление чары репаро. Ничего себе. Хочу такую... Может, все чинить будет по факту, не? Ходите чинить. Которая необходима для других задач. Так, все понял. Мяу. Что-то к этому лумусу я привык.
What are you up to now?
Ah, there you are.
Опять фризит.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Haha, okay.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Так.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Чё фризит так? Где ты? Прикалываешься? Иди сюда. Или его нельзя еще поймать? Каким-то щитом, походу. Что за фризы? Это не устраивает. Я не тем пользовался.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Так, вижу, что летает. Так. Слезть попробую по-другому сделать. Так.
Brilliant.
Ты что такой с палочкой дерзкий ходишь, а?
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Да, сэр.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
О, кнопки еще добавились. Прикольно. Ой, извиняюсь. Устанавливающий чары реперо можно использовать для починки сломанных объектов и элементов окружения.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
Еще можно починить? Еще один мяу. Интересно, если мяу собирать, как гладить всех котиков, какую-нибудь ачивку получишь или что-нибудь, там бонус какой-нибудь?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included. Revelio.
Что он еще сказал мне, что починить?
Reparo.
Починили мы все что-то. Ну ладно, пойдем дальше. Вот что-то искать будет, чтобы починить по факту. Сундук.
Revelio.
Но можно с другой стороны зайти. Давай, лети сюда. Вот, дофига страниц.
Revelio.
Нужен ключ сюда. Кто-нибудь знает в чатике, кто как это решается, ребят? Скажите стримеру, а? Или мне сюда еще рано? Здесь красиво, я офигеваю просто. Офигенно сделано. Песенки, поэтому сразу же флажку получил. А вот и ты, я тебя искала.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we? I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
Okay.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
Офигенно. Еще бы хотел
Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Ты. О, Александр, привет. Хорошего просмотра тебе. Златоглазки.
Revelio.
Офигенно. Я ваших братьев украл.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look.
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Можно задать ему вопрос. Мы такие тоже будем летать? По факту, да?
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
Prance, Hoof and Sugarfoot.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest, out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our
Мы
defensive
туда
ability.
обязательно сходим.
Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
А где он, на карте находится? Покажите мне. Офигеть, локация-то, а? Вау! Это круто. Открытый мир — это классно, Гарри Поттер, мне кажется. Но только мне эти загрузы не нравятся вообще по факту. Подождите, я что-то DLC же выключил, да? Секунду, ребят. Включим его обратно.
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh, any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
DLC включил. Чувствуется глазу, что появилось больше FPS по факту. Надо будет сделать тест, сколько здесь FPS.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
О, привет.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village I've ever heard of.
I'd like to shop in the hamlets. I'm too afraid to venture out alone with what's going on.
Ну-ка. Еще один маленький тест.
Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Guys. I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it.
Что за бред? Ну-ка, обратно вернуться.
I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh,